Yeah.
Yeah, as I was saying.
For my personal use.
IT 185R CRA form for defalcation. IC as in Charlie 7612 Doctrine of Sovereign Immunity with CRA. Ooh. IT 305R Tainted Spousal Trust.
Yep.
All just codified and ties back all to title of claims, which is CFR or codes of federal rules, because it's all federal rules of civil procedure. And you can, Supreme Court Canada, Rule 21.9. I claim an apportionment contribution under the Negligency Act.
Apportionment contribution.
I'm partially responsible for the value, but I don't know how much value. And because I'm partial, there's got to be another party that would be the cause of making me partial to the value. I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for your stupidity, officer.
Third party interloper.
Aha! Fidelity, a promise for a promise. Creating an obligation, creating a simple contract, supporting the fact that each party owes a right to the other party. A privilege when called upon, obliging performance, the fiduciary duty of maintaining and preserving the constructive trust. That's your sestike. The reason you deal with the transport minister on these issues because of the vessel being in foreign waters.
We are.
There is a thing that came out known as the Uniform Foreign Judgments Act. That's part of UniCitral to make international bills of exchange fold into the Uniform Commercial Code. It supersedes Section 3, or Article 3 of the Code, because of the Gettysburg Address. Involuntary servitude. Contracting with a child dissuades the outcome. They're basically corporations trying to swallow a corporation, aren't they? When it comes into court activity.
Yes.
Now you have assets on the book, and one of them is the name, the trade name to make it incorporated is about a $5,000 process. Now in your business expense of accounting, you have to write that off within 5 years. You write it off by claiming it as an expense.
Right.
To claim it as an expense, you open up a side account, which your distributable surplus comes from proceeds of ongoing projects, such as payments like premiums for insurance.
Right.
The CCA, Canadian, or the Corrections Corporations of America, 64 million shares are owned by one individual.
Wow.
Yeah. The second handful is 30 some odd million.
Wow.
They maintain the preferred stock on the SSK trust accounts for correctional purposes.
Oh.
By privatizing these institutes and holding us indentured, liable for performance or payment.
Indentured, held by the teeth?
Yeah. And so, if we do not perform the obligation of payment, then we will perform the obligation of time. In abstentio, our paperwork is what's on trial, not necessarily us. Remember, attack the bond, not the person. It's the paper war. It's just instruments.
Yep.
In an instrumentality, the municipality, and you're a corporation, so you have a muni corp issue. So CCA, the Corrections Corporations America, all the funneling money is all back to the Eurostream, and all the trustees are drawing off by doing HUD's accounting. All these guys do 1099s.
Okay.
HUD's is Housing and Urban Development. And now you're a movable piece of real estate. A chatteled piece of paper goes in a direction and I have to follow it. Because my value is my labor and it's through that paper that it's sold and I must perform. So if I haven't gone out and sold my labor somewhere else and got it in my pocket to cash out, I can use my prepaid accounting process because it makes it a non-levy security interest transaction and it keeps me as principal secured holder in due course, which obliges the fiduciary to his fiduciary liabilities and it maintains your innocence. Because there's on one hand, you have the right against self-incrimination in civil litigation. On the other hand, it's a patent infringement. It can rarely be this, and you can only bring this in when you go in Supreme, because it's basically a trespass on property. And my value, my labor is my property, so I'm entitled to just compensation. That's where's my check. They will lock you up because you are in contempt, but they have 3 hours to deal with you. Because under the Charter of Rights, the first section, there's a statute of limitations to bypass section number 1 of the Charter, which you can claim Criminal Code 423, which is intimidation, which causes the officer to lose his footing, puts the account on a footing of willful default. Once given notice through the watch sergeant, watch out, you're in charge of these minions below you. And so the watch sergeant has to tell that one to back off your ass, or you got him through besetment, municipal corruption, 123, I fucking long list. 337, refusing to deliver, give me my freedom, basically. If not, you're causing a 215 by a 423, and you bypass section 17, so you're definitely stuck on cloud 19. Now I got one thing to say. I'm gonna sing you a little song, officer. Hey, you, get the fuck up my cloud.
Well, I got some studying to do for this video.
It's funny, the medical marijuana certificate here, the license.
Yep.
It's MMAD and then a number. Officer, I'm mad. Number 95388-12Y. But that's a secondary issue. Primary issue would be I'm 983161 0032.
That's a patent number to me.
And hang on, gotta finish. Must be my homework. 095038. You can check that out in the ecclesiastical deed poll. Because I voted all my votes, and they're all maintained in God's trust. We're getting winter snowstorm signs. That's where all our money is going. Causing the snow. They got these new highways coming up. They're plexiglass, fireproof, with the fucking LED lights in it and everything. Stop now. Pull over. Or hijack. Or excuse me, low jack, yeah.
Fucking know it.
Low jack, dude.